A swing is all you need to visualize for your very best and most reliable golf swing. The golf improvement journey is a chaotic one. It's an emotional roller coaster. Time, money invested, lots of frustration, but hopefully there's been a smattering of enjoyment and delightfulness in your golf shots. And it's those that I'm going to help you with today. But to get the most out of this, you need to let go of all that baggage of swing thoughts, golf tips that are really stuck in your head, but more on that later. I was conveying to an online student the importance of tempo for one thing, but also the need for simplicity, less thoughts, less complication. And I recalled something from many moons ago when I first started playing this game. I was about 2 to 3 years into it. And I remember a magazine piece in the UK, and it had a lovely sort of illustration of how a golf swing works, and basically a nice illustration of a golfer pushing a kid on a swing. I want you to close your eyes and really imagine yourself on a swing, okay? As we're going back, we are sort of pushing ourselves with gravity to start with. We're pushing back, but as we move to the top of the movement, we can feel the tension in the chains. It is stretched out. And then we absorb that gravity movement. We feel the weight of ourselves in the swing. And then we gather and we propel forwards. There is a smooth acceleration. There is no force or tension. As soon as you do that, you're going to judder the chains. When those chains judder, that is a signifier that you're not doing a smooth technique. And the same applies in the golf swing. As soon as we start juddering around, causing different applications of force, we are stuffed. So with that analogy, that visualization in your mind, feeling it, we are now going to apply it to the golf swing. See this movement of a pendulum? This is our playground swing, gathering momentum back and forwards. Look at that smooth, repeatable arc. But also the other thing, we're on a vertical plane here, which makes it just a little bit easier to repeat this movement. Okay, but look at the momentum, the speed, the smoothness, effortless. And we can get that for the golf swing, but we are not swinging on a vertical plane. Just because of the way the golf clubs are designed, the way we are designed, we are on a slight incline. And because of that, we have to learn to adapt. And because we're fighting it too often, too many of you are sort of fighting this plane, natural plane that you have. You're trying to contort various things, put yourself into various specific positions, juddering that chain, snatching it away. So with the visualization of that pendulum motion, what we need to do is transfer that force, okay? We're still applying force, but we are controlling it. We're managing the plane backwards and forwards so it can repeat. We're catching the weight. We are catching the momentum, just pushing that swing back. Okay, letting it gather, and then we are pulling it through. Just the same as gather and push. But applying the forces at the right time is what's going to help us keep it on plane and to repeat that low point, all right? The swing is just a circle, and the more we can tap into that simplicity, the better it's going to be. But the lesson doesn't just stop here. We're going to refine this so when you take it out on the golf course, we can make every shot from a pitch to a power drive as simple as a swing. So what I want you to do, if possible, grab a tee and a ball. We're making it a little bit easier for ourselves by teeing this up, okay? It's just going to take away that emphasis of trying to help the ball or trying to hit at it. We're trying to replicate that swing momentum. Whether you picture someone pushing you and you're going backwards and forwards on your own, or if you're pushing someone else, whatever visualization helps you tap into that movement, okay? Keeping that swing circle with that pendulum. The better you can picture this, the better the results are going to be. So we're not going to try and hit any full big shots when we're trying to learn something like this, because we're ignoring the outcome so much. We're just trying to let go of all those complicated things that plague too many golfers. So I'm not going to snatch from the top, but I'm going to push, swing back, back, and we start building a foundation that we build up from. And hopefully you can notice there, I was keeping that circle the same sort of tension, just the same as the swing. It's keeping that chain straight. Doesn't mean we're locked rigid, but I'm keeping it wide and smooth. The golf swing is crucial to be smooth and to have less variables, less snatching, less bend here, straighten there, bend here, hinge there. Just keep it the same constant tension all the way through. Keep that chain tense, the same as your arms and club unit. It doesn't mean tight, but we're not bending them. One of the beautiful things about the simplicity of this analogy, visualization, is it works for all sorts of different types of golf shots, different distances, even chip shots. But you have to sort of think a little bit differently. You have to be a little bit creative here. And trust me, when you do, you'll start to really reap the rewards with this a great deal. But we're starting with chipping. Imagine you're pushing a little kid, a toddler say. If a toddler was in one of those swings, you wouldn't be going, oof, like this, okay? Because we want to be gentle, we want to be short and smooth and start off with that kind of pressure, with that type of force and that type of momentum. We don't want to scare the little kid. It really simplifies so many things, all sorts of shots around the green. Yes, there's different technicalities, but especially if you've got the yips or you chunk a lot, just thinking about the tempo and the smoothness is going to stop one of the biggest faults, which is like snatching that way, which causes those kind of duff shots here, all right? Because we're tense. We're not going to push a little kid on a swing like that. We're going to be gentle. We're going to be smooth. So what do we want to do when we ramp it up a little bit? For visualization purposes, instead of the little toddler that we're just trying to gently nudge and push through, think of a teenager, a 12, 13-year-old that you're just pushing. You're not going to be super aggressive. You're not going to necessarily start really high and push that way. It's going to be a mid-range kind of gentle nudge, okay? That's how it's going to work. And we want that tension on the chain. We want it going backwards and through, gathering and through. That's all you need to think about. So you choose your target, you've got that visualization in your mind, you're starting the momentum of the swing, back, gather, and through, okay? It really is as simple as that. You choose your target and you have that momentum, back, and through. Because what happens is, it doesn't matter about technical positions. It doesn't matter if you're a bit rusty, cold, whatever. You focus on that swing application, the movement, and it's going to be so much easier, even for longer shot, with some extra power. And here we have the driver. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to get more distance from the driver, thinking they need to hit harder, to swing faster. But more often than not, what happens when we try and garnish more speed? The sequence gets all cack. And with the swing analogy, okay, the playground swing, that chain is going to judder because we're snatching it. We're trying from the top to get too much force. It has to be smooth. And that's why we started just clipping some off the tee, then some chip shots, then some wedge shots, work your way up to irons. Then we finally get to the driver. Let's say you want a bit more oomph off the driver. How can we use that swing to give us that? Well, there's a picture I want you to have. You can either imagine a 400-pound man or one of those sort of circle things you see on a tree. And imagine there's a few kids on it. When you catch that at the top of the swing, you're not going to be gentle like you were around the green. You're going to want to have a bit more heave, all right? Because you want to give them fun. You want to get that momentum. You want to keep that tension on the chain or the rope or whatever it is, but you don't want to snatch. So it's a gather and a smooth push, but we're using energy. And how would we get a bit more energy in that swing? We would not just sort of use our hands and push it that way. We would use our weight momentum. We would use our legs and we would push this way. We would push there. Okay, that's what we're trying to feel. So it's like a pull and a push. Okay, that's the power move. So when you take some practice swings with the driver, gathering the momentum from the top and then really using our whole body to garnish that smooth, effortless power. More power, more momentum, more push with the whole body. We're gathering that weight. Have that in your mind. Have that tempo. Have an efficient practice swing, a mulligan if you will, where we're there, feeling that weight, giving it a little bit more gradual but effortless power. Pick your target, be confident, and the main thing is we are not breaking the chain, we're not juddering the chain. It's back and through. Awesome. So much easier like that. So give all of that a try. Short game, irons, even driver. Picture the swing, and I promise you, you're going to do so much better, much more frequently when you're playing some golf. Let me know how you get on. Check out this video next to really get a little bit more confidence with every club in the bag.